Hello, I would like to talk about Noah's Ark, the Great Flood. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it ties into a very popular topic right now because of current events, and that's race. And in previous videos, I discussed what race is. Race is a politically correct way of saying subspecies. We're all part of the human species, but we belong to different subspecies. And I know this rubs a lot of people wrong. It's a reality. Accept it. And I'm not stating or implying any subspecies is better than the other. I discussed that in previous videos in more detail. Now, I have to back up a little bit to Genesis 1 and 2. And I do, again, talk about this in previous videos. There's an assumption that Genesis 1 and 2 talk about the same event. When you look at ancient scripture, in the oldest languages possible, it's very clear that each race was created separately. And then in Genesis 2, we have the Garden of Eden, and then Adam, and eventually Eve, and we all know how that story goes. How does this tie into Noah's Ark and his family? Well, a lot of people are relying on the fact that the Great Flood had wiped out everything living except everything on the ark. Therefore, the assumption is that everything, every person, and every animal comes from the ark. That's an assumption, the same type of assumption that's being made about Genesis 1 and 2. And I just want you to look into this yourself. So we know that two of each animal, it's actually more than two, but that's a different topic unto itself. Ark, and they were set free to multiply. Now, in Scripture, it doesn't state anything about wild beasts being put on the ark. Only certain select animals. And today we have wild beasts everywhere. Now, it made an assumption, we argued, that those animals that were on the ark evolved into wild beasts. Wow. Now we're crossing into scientism, maybe? I don't know. Anyway. So where do all these wild beasts come from? That's something else you have to consider. And in a final note, we know human beings cannot interbreed. And yeah, of course they can, but when they do, there's some serious genetic defects, especially over different lifetimes. It just gets worse. And human beings haven't changed in design since the beginning, when human beings were created. So these are all things that you really have to think about and look into yourself. So just a quick recap. The assumption in Genesis 1 and 2 talk about the same event, and that same assumptions are being applied to Noah's Ark and his family. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.